days after firing head coach Antonio Pierce, the Raiders have fired general manager Tom Telesco.
Yeah, owner Mark Davis fired Telesco this morning, signifying a complete house cleaning on the football side of the organization. Telesco was with the Raiders for only one season after a long tenure with the Chargers. He had a successful draft in April, picking up 4 players who would eventually start for the Raiders this season. Tight end Brock Bowers, offensive lineman Jackson Johnson, offensive tackle DJ Glaze, and defensive back DeCameron Richardson. Telesco's misstep was not securing a starting quarterback, and there were huge struggles at that position with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell.
Davis and the group of people he's been consulting, including minority owner Tom Brady, decided an overhaul was needed. This is the 3rd time since 2022 that the Raiders are looking to hire a head coach and general manager in the same offseason.